guys, it's Caleb with White Metal Games here. It's Wednesday, or Tuesday, the 8th or 9th of October. This is going to be a very, very short video, or maybe part of a longer video. I sold an item the other day, and I haven't done a video about it yet, but it sold within 24 hours of being put up on eBay. So in order to show it before it's gone forever, I have to go ahead and do a video just for this item. So those who follow my blog, whitemetalgames.blogspot.com, would know that I've done quite a few Primarchs in the past. Primarchs are the proverbial fathers of every legion, and all legions have one in theory. And the founding Primarchs are certainly very popular with the 30K crowd, people who love to see figures like Angron or Fulgrim depicted. Particularly the Chaos Primarchs, because you can have some fun with your conversions on that side as they mutate into giant snake-like creatures or giant, winged creatures or that sort of thing. And there's a huge market for it, especially with miniatures designers and people who do independent stuff like Cyborg miniatures and independent sculptors who like to do their own takes on Leman Russ and Fulgrim and all those guys. So occasionally I get to do a miniature like a Primarch, and so the one I'm bringing you today is a Magnus the Red conversion. Let me put him up here in the light so you can get a good look at him. So Magnus, for those who are not aware, was the founding father of the Thousand Sons. He was a great sorcerer of incredible power, arguably more powerful than Ariamon, depending on how you interpret the fluff. And eventually he became this sort of gigantic demon prince being, sometimes depicted with feathery wings, sometimes with leathery bat-like wings. So this guy is a kit bash from a variety of sources. Take a look at, actually I've got some pictures somewhere around here of what we used as inspiration. Here's a good picture from a website called The Wandering Mind, I think. And this is a picture of Magnus in his more human stage. You can see this sort of pre-heresy 30K armor, almost an ancient form of armor. In some depictions, you'll see these scarabs sort of passed around across his armor. And of course, being a Thousand Sons Egyptian theme Primarch, that would happen. You can see those sort of scrolls and bits of parchment hanging off his armor, the infamous red hair and the horns on his armor. And then books and various weapons. Here's another artist's interpretation of Magnus. I thought this was a really good version of him. These big old bat wings, and he's got this massive glaive-like weapon, kind of got an Egyptian feel to it. The Zinch markings on his armor, again the horns and the hair, and he's got this sort of diadem, like a helmet or a crown, sort of, on his brow. Here's another interpretation of him. This is from 40K Wiki. As again, you can see the scarabs, the red skin, which is why they call him Magnus the Red, the armor, fan braces and stuff, the horns, and the massive red hair. And of course, this sort of crown-like thing atop his brow. So, again, here's our interpretation of him. So, he started off as an Inquisitor figure. GW makes a range of miniatures called Inquisitors, which is a 40 millimeter scale. So they're about the same size as old monster creatures or the new 40 millimeter figures like Ogrins and stuff. So his body is from an Inquisitor called Tyrus, or he's like a witch hunter. The arms are from a demon prince. I'll get to those in a minute. The wings are from an old metal Balrog, Bloodthirster. The hair is a combination. It's partially sculpted. It's partially the head piece from an avatar. And then this is from a D&D miniature called a Dragoth, or Dragloth, which is a drow figure. His weapon is made from the keel of a drow raider attached to the haft from a Minotaur standard bearer. I had some spare Minotaur standards. The horns are from Reaper miniatures. They were horn bits. You can buy a set of horns that you would see on like a tavern wall or something. The tabard down there, and on the back too, is from a Star Wars miniature, Princess Leia in slave gear, that I'd used for tons of stuff over the years. The arms are Demon Prince arms. His shoulder pads there are from a Chronos Parasite engine. And the book is some sort of Dark Angels book. If you could see the back, you would see that it was a Dark Angels codex of some sort. The Zinch icon, of course, is the Zinch icon. The skull that he's standing on is from, what is that? It's from the Fortress of Redemption, I think. And then I mounted that to a 40mm base and then smoothed off the sides with some gray stuff. And then this round plinth is actually a hand towel bar thing that we had bought used in a refurbishing store near here called Restore. That we were going to use to restore our bathroom, and then it didn't end up working, but I held on to it. The parchment is gray stuff that I sculpted from very, very thin strips of gray stuff that I allowed to dry, and once it dried, I shaped it into sort of this parchment feel, so it would have this sort of look like scrolls that were sort of tethered to his body. All told, the project probably took about 5 to 6 hours of work, give or take. Probably not that much. Probably more like 4 hours of consistent work. He is pinned everywhere. He is a sturdy guy. He's not going anywhere. Overall, I'm really pleased with him. The head is from the Eldar Avatar, which I picked up one of the old kits. I really like the Avatar kit because it's 40mm scale, but he's got so much detail there on his head, and he kind of has that center jewel almost like Magnus' own crown, so I really liked that. Overall, I'm very pleased with the way the figure came out. The only thing I don't love about it is that the arms proportionally are much bigger than the legs. When you actually start to take a look at it, his arms look a little long and his legs look a little stubby comparatively. And it's because the arms are for the new Demon Prince and the legs are from a 40mm figure. So while I thought the positioning of the arms was great, later when I looked back, I was like, man, these are a little big. I should have used 40mm arms, something from like a Minotaur or Ogren or something like that. So I'm going to do another one of these. And I'm going to do the arms differently. The next one of these will probably be slightly different. Every creation, of course, is unique, but I liked them so much I decided I wanted to build one more, so I'm going to build another one. I've already ordered most of the parts, so that'll be coming in soon, and that'll probably be something that I either sell or keep for my own personal army. He did sell on eBay. He sold for about $155, and I'm hoping to do another one and sell him for a little bit more. So here he is, one final pass. As you can see him next to this Marine, you really get a sense of the scale. He would tower over this guy. If Marines are 8 feet tall, then he's probably somewhere in the 16 to 20 feet ballpark, which I think is awesome for a Primarch. But, you know, greater demon size scale. The plinth makes him a little bit taller, but I really liked that for the just the sheer fact that it gives him sort of a exonerated base, like he stands literally above the men around him. So that's it. I just wanted to show you Magnus real quick and show you that conversion. If you pay attention to this channel, we are White Metal Games. We are a full-service conversion and miniature service for hire. We do custom conversion work, terrain, pieces for your army. We do full armies. We've got several full army deals on eBay right now. If you go to eBay and you look for table-ready army deals, you'll be able to find 5 or 6 different listings, including a live auction we have this week, the week of October the 8th, where we're auctioning off a 2,000-point army, custom, built any way you like. Within very, very loose parameters. And by loose, I mean you pick your army, you pick your color scheme. You can even swap up to 3 different Forge World units. It's on eBay right now, with the exception of there is a reserve price. You can't pick it up for $500. You have to pay a reasonable amount. But we're trying to encourage bidding. We certainly want people to be able to get an army. We want to build our portfolio, which is why we even have this. The reserve price is much lower than we would normally sell an army for, but we're doing it simply to build up some clientele and to build up some portfolio pictures. So we're doing this so we can get another army photographed. So that's about it. Be sure to check it out on eBay /White Metal Games. My username is Caleb Film on eBay, and be sure to check that out this week. If you're interested in commissioning a Primarch like Magnus or another sort of Primarch, I've done Fulgrim and Angron before. I think I'm going to do another Angron here soon. This is sort of giving me the vibe to go ahead and do another one. Maybe a Mortarion. He's a really popular choice. So if you have any interest in doing a Primarch, I prefer to do the Demon Primarchs because they're just much more in my comfort zone. But that being said, I'm not entirely against doing another Marine Primarch. The problem is there's just other people that do them better. There are companies out there like Cybor that does their own custom armor and stuff, and they just build better miniatures when it comes to that sort of stuff. Really, all I would do is pick up those miniatures and kit bash them a little bit and modify them and sculpt a little bit until I could call it mine. But for the most part, if you want to build an old school Primarch from a human progenitor, we can do that too, but it's just not going to be as detailed as this guy who's all demonic and really kit-bashed from a variety of lines to get a final product. So I guess that's it. Be sure to check out our auctions on eBay this week, and if you have any interest in having a model converted or painted, contact us at calebfilm@yahoo.com. And I guess that's about it. Our in-house painter, Will Shuck, will be around this week, and he'll be painting up some more Tyranids for my army. And I'll be showcasing that later this week. And once that army is fully painted, we're going to put that on the block too. It'll be a massive 5,000-point mid army with a really cool natural color scheme. And that'll be up for auction as well. So be sure to check back, and have a good week. Get in the game.